Hello, everybody. Today we are going to do a poem called An Attribute of God by William Shakespeare. This poem was there in the 2001 2002 textbook of English for second PU called Words and Afterwards. Uh, I began my teaching career way back in 2001 2002. So, this poem is by William Shakespeare. It is part of the play The Merchant of Venice by that author, by that playwright. So, it is also known as the Mercy Speech. Portia is the speaker in the poem, and she is asking Shylock to show mercy to Antonio. Antonio is in Shylock's power, and Portia is appealing to Shylock to show mercy to him. So, an attribute of God. Attribute is a quality. So, the quality of God which we're speaking about here is the quality of mercy. So, Portia begins, "The quality of mercy is not strained, it droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed, it blesseth him that gives and him that takes." So, if anybody were to show mercy towards another, it is not strained, it should not be forced, right? It should come naturally. It should come naturally as the gentle rain drops from heaven. So, just as the rain falls gently from the sky, the quality of mercy should be shown to another. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. So, the quality of mercy is blessed twice by God. It blesseth him that gives. It blesseth the person who shows mercy towards another, and it also blesses the person who receives that mercy. "'Tis mightiest in the mightiest, it becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty." So, Portia continues, she says that the quality of mercy is the mightiest quality in the mightiest people. So it is the mightiest in the mightiest, and it becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. It is more suitable to a monarch. A monarch is a king. It suits a king who's sitting on his throne better than his crown. So if the king were to show mercy to someone who is appealing to him, then the mercy shown by the king suits him better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty. So the king's scepter is a golden rod. It shows the force of temporal power. Temporal power is the power on earth. The king has absolute power in his kingdom. So his scepter shows the force of temporal power. It shows his power in the kingdom. And this power is the attribute to awe and majesty. So this power that the king displays it gets awe in the beholder. Any person who sees the king in all his glory will feel awe. AWE. Awe means a sense of fear and wonder, and it is also majestic. So the power is majestic, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. So the scepter, the power of the king, brings out the dread and the fear of kings. But when the king shows mercy, it is above this sceptered sway. It is above and beyond the sceptered sway. Sway is a movement. So wherever the king points his scepter, there he has absolute power. But mercy is above this, above and beyond the sceptered sway. Mercy comes from the hearts of kings. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. And mercy is an attribute to God Himself. Mercy is a quality of God Himself. And earthly power doth then show like as God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer that teaches all to render the deeds of mercy. So, when the king shows mercy to another, then his power is like God's. It is divine power. When he seasons, when he mitigates the force of justice with mercy, then he is like God. So Portia addresses Shylock. She says, "Therefore, Jew." Shylock is a Jew. "Though justice be thy plea, consider this." So Shylock wants justice. What he wants justice for is because Antonio has not returned the 3,000 ducats, and Antonio has not returned the 3,000 ducats which he had borrowed from Shylock. So Shylock wants a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Those are the terms of the bond which they have come to. So Portia says, "Consider this, Jew, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation." So she appeals to Shylock. She says, if he were to apply the strict letter of the law and demand a pound of flesh, and none of us should see salvation. So in life, people do many wrong things. So if justice were applied equally to everyone, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. From those we have wronged, we pray for mercy. And that same prayer that teaches all to render the deeds of mercy. So the same prayer which we ask for mercy from others, that same prayer teaches us to render the deeds of mercy. So she wants Shylock to spare Antonio his pain. She wants Shylock to mitigate the extent of his demand. Thank you.